Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Octo English Academy, the English podcast that feels less like a class and more like a conversation with friends. I'm Sophie.
And I'm Jamie. And if you're listening to this while cooking, walking, or hiding from your homework, honestly, same. Welcome.
We are so happy you're here with us today. And before we dive in, a small but important reminder. If this podcast is helping your English journey, please like this episode and subscribe to our channel.
Yes, because when you subscribe, you're not doing us a favor. You're doing yourself a favor. You're saying, yes, I choose to keep learning, and that decision matters.
It really does. Now, today's episode is actually inspired by a subscriber. She sent us a message and said, Sophie, Jamie, please help me. Do and make are destroying my brain.
And honestly, same. When I was learning languages, those kinds of small word pairs were the worst because they look so innocent. Two tiny words. How hard can it be?
Very hard. But that's exactly why we're here. So if you're listening right now and you've ever said, I made my homework, and someone gave you a look,
We know that look.
this episode is for you. No grammar stress, no rules on a board, just real conversation, real life, and real English.
And by the end of today, you won't be perfect, but you will feel more confident. And confidence, as we always say,
Is more important than perfection.
always. Okay, so let's start very softly. Jamie, tell me honestly, when you hear the words do and make, what feeling comes to you?
Honestly, confusion. Even now, sometimes I pause. I think, wait, do I do a decision or do I make a decision?
And that pause is completely normal. Even confident English speakers pause sometimes. So, listeners, if you pause too, that's not a failure. That's your brain thinking. That's good.
Exactly. The brain is working. It just needs a little direction. So here's the big picture, the simple idea we want you to hold in your mind for this whole episode. Ready?
Ready.
Do is for actions, things you perform, activities, tasks. Make is for creation, things you produce, build, or cause to happen.
That's it. That's the whole secret. Actions versus creation.
Now, it's not always perfectly clean. English is not a machine. But this feeling, actions versus creation, will carry you through 90% of real conversations.
And the other 10%? We'll talk about that too. Don't worry.
No grammar stress, we promise. Okay, let's slow down and really feel these two words. Let's start with do.
Okay, so do. When I think about do, I think about movement, activity, work, things I actually perform with my effort.
Yes, think about your day. What do you do every day? You do the dishes. You do the laundry. You do your homework.
Oh, so that's where I was wrong before. I used to say make the dishes.
Many people say that, and it makes sense because you're working hard, right? It feels like you're creating something. But actually, washing dishes is an activity, a task you perform. So we say do the dishes.
Okay, so do is about tasks, activities, things I perform. Got it.
And here's a beautiful way to remember it. Think of do like effort. You're putting in effort, you're moving, you're working. Do the cleaning. Do the shopping. Do your best.
Ah, do your best is such a common phrase.
So common and so important. When someone says, just do your best, they're not asking you to create anything. They're asking you to give effort, to act. That's do.
Listeners, let's try something together. Say it with us. I do my best every day. Say it out loud, even if you're alone, even if you're on the bus. Just say it quietly.
I do my best every day. Beautiful sentence. Simple, true. And now let's move to make.
Make. This one feels different. When I think about make, I think of something appearing, something that wasn't there before and now it is.
Exactly. Make is about creation. You take something and you produce something new. You make food. You make a cake. You make a plan. You make a decision.
Wait, so make a decision, the decision didn't exist before, and then you created it.
Yes, that's exactly the feeling. Before the decision, there was just options, uncertainty, thoughts floating around. Then you made something. You produced a choice. A decision now exists.
Oh, that's actually beautiful.
It is, and that's why we say make a mistake. Before the mistake, everything was fine. Then something happened, and a mistake now exists. You created it. Accidentally, of course.
Nobody makes mistakes on purpose, usually.
Usually. Okay, let's do more real-life examples because this is where it gets fun. Jamie, give me a make sentence from your actual life today.
Okay, real life. This morning, I made coffee, I made a list of things to do, and then I made a very bad decision and stayed in bed for an extra 20 minutes.
Classic. And all three sentences feel right, don't they? The coffee didn't exist, you created it. The list didn't exist, you wrote it into existence. The decision didn't exist, then you made it.
And they all feel different from do the dishes or do my homework. Those are tasks. These are creations.
Now let's talk about a very interesting area where people get confused, work and effort words.
Oh, yes, this is a common one.
So some people say, I made exercise today, and that feels a little wrong. Can you feel it?
It does feel a little off because exercise is an activity. It's something I perform, so it should be
Do exercise, or even more naturally, I did a workout. You do exercise, you don't make it.
But then someone says, I made progress, and that's correct.
Yes, because progress is something that appears. It's created through your effort. Before the effort, there was no progress. After the effort, progress exists. So you make progress.
Okay, so it really is about the feeling. Is this a task I'm performing? Do. Is this something I'm bringing into existence? Make.
Exactly. Hold that feeling. Now let's talk about relationships because this is where make gets very emotional and very human.
Oh, I love this part.
We say make someone happy. We say make someone feel special. We say make someone laugh.
Because those feelings, the happiness, the laughter, they didn't exist, and then you created them in that person.
Yes, you gave birth to that emotion in someone. That's make. That's creation. And that's why it feels so warm when someone says, you make me happy. You're being told you created this feeling in me. It wasn't here before. You brought it.
That is genuinely beautiful. I never thought about it that way.
Language is emotional grammar. We always say that.
Okay, let's also talk about fixed phrases, because English has these word pairs that are they're married. They don't change.
Yes, these are phrases where you just have to feel them and remember them. For example, we always say make a phone call, never do a phone call.
Make a phone call. And it makes sense because you're creating a connection. A call didn't exist, you created it.
We say do research, never make research.
Because research is a task, an activity you perform.
We say make an effort. We say do a favor. We say make a promise. We say do the right thing.
Listeners, don't try to memorize all of these at once, please. That's not how language works. Language works by exposure, by hearing these phrases again and again until they feel natural.
Exactly. You're doing that right now by listening, so you're already learning. You just might not feel it yet.
And that's okay. Learning is quiet sometimes. It happens slowly, and then suddenly it clicks.
Okay, now let's talk about mistakes, because this is where most learners get nervous, and we want to go there honestly and gently.
The most common mistake I hear is, I did a mistake. And every time I hear it, I understand exactly what the person means, but let's fix it gently.
So, I did a mistake feels wrong, because a mistake is something that appears. It's created accidentally. So we say, I made a mistake. The mistake came into existence. You didn't perform it like a task. It appeared.
Think of it like this. A mistake is like a little unexpected thing that was born in the moment. You made it without planning to.
Exactly. And here's another very common one. I made exercise this morning. Real life, please. We say, I did exercise or I did a workout, because going to the gym, running, stretching, these are activities. You perform them. You don't create them.
But I made progress at the gym, that's correct, because progress is the thing that was created through your effort.
So you do exercise, but you make progress, both in the same gym, same day, two different words. And now you know why.
That's honestly so satisfying when it clicks like that.
Okay, now let's put everything together in one small story. Same person, same day, same journey.
Imagine someone learning English. They wake up and they say, "Today I will do my best." That's effort, that's action, that's do.
Then they sit down and they say, I made a schedule for studying. The schedule didn't exist, they created it. That's make.
Then at the end of the day, they feel tired but happy, and they say, "I made progress today." Something was created, something grew. That's make.
See how natural that feels? No rules spoken, just meaning. No.
And that person, the one in our story, that's you. That's every listener right now. You're doing your best. You're making progress. And that matters.
Now, before we close, let's do our confidence exercise. This is for you. Say this sentence out loud. Doesn't matter where you are, on the train, in your kitchen, in bed hiding from your homework.
We see you.
Say this. Every day I do my best and I make progress. Say it once. Say it slowly. Mean it.
Every day I do my best and I make progress. That sentence uses both words. It's true, and it's yours now.
And remember, if you make a mistake with do and make, that is completely okay. It does not stop your English. It does not stop your connection with people. What stops your English is silence. What stops your growth is giving up.
Communication first, grammar later, always.
Just keep speaking, keep listening, and slowly these words will stop living in your head and start living in your mouth. That's when you know you've really learned something.
And you're already on that road. You've been listening this whole time. That's not nothing. That's everything.
If this episode helped you feel more confident about do and make, please like this episode and subscribe to Octo English Academy. We are here every week, making English feel less like a subject and more like a part of your real life.
And if you have a topic you want us to cover, send us a message. This podcast is not just ours. It's yours.
See you in the next episode. Take care of yourselves.
Bye, everyone. Keep going. You're doing great.
And you're making us very proud. Bye.